Hello everyone, welcome to today's video. Today I'm going over a very interesting story and an interesting topic that I think has a lot of people thinking and a lot of people speculating that current Florida Governor Ron DeSantis is actually thinking about running for president in 2024. And so this is kind of what I think leads to this opinion. So Ron DeSantis did a interview appearance, I believe it was on Fox News, and one of the pundits asked him, are you going to run for president in 2024? Or have you thought about it? And Ron DeSantis said he's focused on 2022. So he said, so are you saying he will not run? Ron DeSantis said, I'm focused on 2022. When you when you watch and coverage elections, you look for these key little details for what politicians are really thinking. Because it's very rare a politician will come out and say exactly what they're thinking, especially when it pertains to, say, running for a Senate race or a governor's race. There'll be this period of time where they're like, oh, there's a lot going on in the state. We're not sure. I'm currently filling out my current job. We're seeing how it's going. I'll have to get back to you. Or, oh, I don't know. I haven't really ever thought about it or considered it. But then it's like, well, will you rule it out? Oh, no, I won't rule it out. I'll have to get back to you. A lot of time politicians do this kind of try to drive up interest to see, will them saying they might run get national headlines. I think Ron DeSantis is kind of testing the waters right now of what a potential DeSantis Republican candidacy might bring in 2024. Ron DeSantis has made the news in recent days. He went after the Biden administration's rollout of the COVID situation. Ron DeSantis, apparently there was a leaked phone call of him telling President Biden to F off, essentially. And that would get a lot of Trump Republicans, especially, but a lot of Republicans in general, very, very excited when there's a lot of people who are upset that their candidate lost. When they hear a leader or a governor, a high elected official going after the current president they don't like, that is very, very good for trying to drive out energy and get name recognition out there. I mean, Ron DeSantis was definitely no slouch before that. President Trump campaigned adamantly for him in 2018. There's a lot of news clips about Ron DeSantis in 2018, so people already know who he is. And Ron DeSantis is just making, I think, his 2024 resume even better. He's got the support of a lot of Republicans already. He's got the support of the people of Florida. I think he gets reelected in 2022 by a bigger margin than he won by last time. I think he wins by about 2, 3, 4% or so. But also, the fact that Ron DeSantis has been building up all this momentum going into 2022, he has been anti-COVID crackdown, he's pretty much been anti what a lot of Democratic governors have been doing. And a lot of people on the right really, really love him for that. I absolutely see Ron DeSantis setting himself up for a potential run in 2024. Now, there are a few things that could change this. If President Trump decides to run in 2024, for instance, I think that maybe Ron DeSantis doesn't run because Ron DeSantis is probably going to try to run or base a campaign off of appealing to the Trump voters who are upset about how 2020 went. They want Trump, but Trump won't run, so they should vote for Ron DeSantis. If Trump runs, I think that Trump's the nominee in 2024. But the fact that Ron DeSantis has been building his name out in the media, and that we've already started to see some very preliminary polls that show Ron DeSantis is very either leading or very, very close to the top 2, top 3, top 4 in these polls, when 2024 is still 3 years and about, 11 months away? It's interesting to think Ron DeSantis, a governor of Florida, who just in 2018 many people predicted would actually lose the governor's race, is now being floated as perhaps one of the best Republican candidates for 2024. And I think Ron DeSantis knows this. I think Ron DeSantis knows the energy for him is out there if he wants to run. But he's trying to build it up. He doesn't just want to say, I'm running, and just have it fizzle out within a few weeks. Ron DeSantis wants to keep building the momentum, keep putting his name out there, see what happens as time goes on. There's a very real possibility that Ron DeSantis' approval rating and popularity rating among Republicans actually goes up in the next few years if he plays his cards right. And that could lead a potential primary even better. So, personally, I think he's running. He won't admit it now because it's 2021. and he's up for re-election in 2022. I think Ron DeSantis will run in 2024. And I think, despite what a lot of early polls and indicators say, I believe Ron DeSantis is the favorite to win the Republican nomination at this time. I'm assuming President Trump decides not to run, and if that's the case, Ron DeSantis is the front runner, in my opinion. Because I think Ron DeSantis is doing something very, very smart. He's taking the Trump populist approach that President Trump took and putting his own unique spin on it. You're never going to be able to out-Trump Trump. But when you take Trump's policies but put your own spin, your own persona, your own personality behind it, that's when candidates are able to replicate the same success that President Trump had in 2016. Ron DeSantis won in Florida. It was very close, but he won. Florida is perhaps, in my opinion, the most important swing state to Republicans. If Republicans are losing Florida, there's a good chance of not winning the Rust Belt or the Sun Belt or pretty much any really competitive swing state. Ron DeSantis is able to put his own spin on Trump Republican populism. And I think that could be a potential message that could lead to a 2024 presidential victory. And I think Ron DeSantis knows this, and I think he's going to be running for president. And I think within 2 years or so, we'll be getting an announcement saying he will run. This just all seems like a perfect storm for him. He's in this situation where he's getting his name out there in the media more and more. He's doing more television appearances. Whenever something happens with the Biden administration and COVID, Ron DeSantis' name keeps popping up. It makes too much sense. Either he's running, he's thinking about running, or he loves stirring the pot. And my money, in my opinion, is probably on both. He's stirring the pot because I think he wants to run. And I think he's going to run. That's going to do it for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like this video. And if you really liked it, make sure you subscribe and tap the bell icon so you always get notified when I post a new video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.